How crazy is that we get both a Ryuki and a Blade reference in the same episode of Zeztz?
It kind of makes you wonder if they knew who he was.
Yeah. Or who we are. Because it's like the Ryuki reference in particular. It's like
that was like wait.
Yeah. Next thing you're gonna tell me is that next week Nausicaa is gonna make miso mackerel.
I mean, it's Nausicaa, or it could be Best Little Sister.
Yeah.
Either or, it's like,
Yeah.
But who knew that on this day that Sheik's heart would grow 3 sizes this day?
Yeah. And then he immediately shrinks 6, turning into a black hole from which no love could ever escape. The end. Oh, I'm sorry, Bucko. Were you expecting a happy ending?
Do you get an egg roll?
Not with this guy now. Not with any of these characters. No, I'm expecting Zeztz to end in possibly the most like end of Evangelion form like that there could possibly be.
Well, considering one of the 4 villains is Oblivion, it's par for the course.
I mean, I can just imagine that instead of just like with what happened at the end of Evangelion, instead of like getting the lance back and using Adam to commit the next awakening, it's like them gets absorbed and becomes a giant naked girl and starts remaking the world all over again.
And then you see like giant arms face sideways, and then on the side of a beach, and then Baku has to strangle Nausicaa for no reason. I swear, if he does that, I'm gonna resent him for it.
She would call him stupid.
Yeah,
like she would call him stupid. But I'm like, that's really something you should be saving for Fuji, not Baku.
Yeah.
But again, mostly everyone would be turned into like, as my girlfriend put it all those years ago. Why is the blue-haired girl turning everyone into Kool-Aid?
Yeah. Yes, Kool-Aid. Yeah.
I mean, because that's not blood. That's too watery to be blood. I'm like,
true.
Well, I mean, humans are pretty much beings of water, so
yeah. But blood is very viscous, though.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, no, okay, Kool-Aid, fine.
Well, as they say, blood is thicker than water, though not as tasty.
Yeah, I remember there was like a 4Kids dub of Stardust Crusaders. Like, you made me spill ketchup on my uniform.
You should see this guy that made a 4Kids dub of Kill la Kill. Oh, I'm sorry, Bully la Bully.
Oh yeah, where Ryuko was wearing, what was it, a banana or a hot dog?
A hot dog, and Satsuki was a hamburger.
Yeah, and I'm just like, tell me where the lie is. If for some reason back in the day of the good old 2000s, 4Kids would have gotten their hands on a show like Kill la Kill, for a fact they would have done this.
Or at least like put more, like cover more skin on them. Or at least all of their skin.
I don't know how you would have even explained that. It's like, especially like later on with other, first off, but Gamagori because he's the disciplinary advisor. I'm like, the BDSM here is not. We already had
I've been wondering. It's like the 4 characters, like their things are a dog, a monkey, a frog, and I forgot what the 4th one was. I'm like, is this some kind of Kamen Rider reference? But I don't remember that being a thing in Kamen Rider with that specific combination of things. If there was a dog, a monkey, and a pheasant, I get it, but
No, yeah, but it wouldn't be a thing in American folklore. I don't even think Americans have folklore. I think all we have is just a bunch of freaks and monsters running around.
Yeah.
Really, there's no folklore. As far well, we have tall tales. I don't say if it's folklore, I mean, but Johnny Appleseed and all that lot. I'm like, did that really happen?
I'm impressed with what they did with Jack and the Beanstalk with Nicholas Hoult, where it's like you basically turned Jack and the Beanstalk into Attack on Titan, straight up Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
like someone even made like a fan made opening, with like the first opening, and like in the kitchen, he's like, "Yega!"
Even to the point that people are wondering if people ask the theory, or I don't know, that supposedly they want to ask the creator if it was true, if he had seen that movie, because why is it that the giants are more or like involving the royal family and the royal jewels, and yet that also shows up on Attack on Titan with the Historia family and so on and so forth. I'm like,
it's crazy how the third outro basically spoils the entire series, and I was able to call it out like then and there. It's like what's all this going on with the whole like you got a guy making his 3 daughters eat a corpse, and then there's like a bird flying around. Is there gonna be like were the Titans created by like having like 3 daughters of a king eat a corpse, and then like there's a bunch of Titans, and there's an exodus gonna happen, and then there's gonna be a Titan that turns into a bird?
Well, I mean, it depends on.
And it turns out like all of that happened, and the bird one was in the pre-anti-penultimate chapter.
Anime has that problem with their openings, which has been JJK, One Piece, Attack on Titan. A lot of animes recently have had that problem where we as manga readers, we know we're already way ahead of you guys. But it's like when you sit down and you watch, and you're like, why did they show that? That you just spoiled the surprise. You just that character.
I remember once to show one guy like the they asked me what my favorite opening for JoJo was, and they have never seen JoJo, right? So I tell them, because there's only 4 parts of the anime at the time, like part 5 did not come out yet. My favorite opening is Great Days. And like some guy from the anime club, he's like, don't show him that opening, it's got spoilers. I'm like, all of the openings have spoilers. And to drive the point across, I drew the exact screenshots of that specific moment in the opening where the spoilers happen. And it's like I'm like Rohan Kishibe, where it's like no, not Rohan Kishibe. I'm like Star Platinum when he draws that fly. It's like it's like Sono Chino Sadame. It shows like the part where where Zeppeli gets split in half. And then it's like and then it's like the part where Joseph's wearing the headband. And then like I showed the part where like in the 4th opening where like you have Jotaro, Joseph, and Polnareff on one side of the staircase and the other 3 characters on the other side of the staircase. If you know, you know.
Oh yeah, no, massive spoilers, and luckily, well, we did have that in Zeztz with the 2nd opening because we had the shadow creatures that have now been identified as the gore nightmares, which came from every single one of our main characters. And it's like, well, the thing was, all we saw was a silhouette. We didn't see the things before they showed up. So
I think the biggest twist was that pair of red eyes turned out to be Minami.
Yep.
Yeah, the red. Yeah, when Minami was exposed to be another a sleeper agent, it's like, I still don't forgive the writers for that. Why do that to me? Why do that to best little sis? But yeah, we didn't come here to talk about little sisters. This isn't a white wedding. What are we here to talk about?
We're here to talk about Kamen Rider Zeztz, Case 43, Split. The dream will overpower the nightmare.
I like almonds on my split. Thank you.
Yeah. Although I feel like Split is not an appropriate name for this episode. Instead, they should call it Pierce.
Yeah, it's, you know what? How come Baku is the only one that, like, you can literally punch a hole in him, you can cut his head off, and he's just like, he dies, but everyone else is just like, it's just a flesh wound. Like, everyone here is like, oh, I could just cut my hand in. I could literally split my hand in half. I could have a freaking hole pierced in my, like, nah, dude, are you okay? You all right? It's fine. Fine. It's hot outside. It's free AC. It's hot outside. It can cool me off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People in Europe are complaining about American ACs. It's like, you weren't complaining in the last 100 years.
Okay, you know what? Europe, you guys had the plague. Okay? You guys have food with no flavor. You guys, you say the summers are brutal. And I'm like, how hot is it in the summer? It gets up to 90.
Celsius?
That don't even
is it 90 Celsius? Because if it's not 90 Celsius, you have nothing to complain about.
That doesn't even roast my chicken. I'm like, a heat wave. And I'm like, and I'm outside, just like, you know, I'm outside with jeans and a winter coat, and I'm like, man, it's cold out.
One time in my neck of the woods, it did not rain for 9 months. 9 months.
Say that in Japan. Say that in Japan. I went there in monsoon season, and it was just like, this is probably the most rain I've ever seen in my life, which is like saying something.
Yeah. You know what's really funny is that when I was in Odaiba, it was raining so hard, it felt like a boss level from Bayonetta. And like everyone's like walking through it like it's nothing. I'm like, I'm impressed by this. I'm very impressed. Good job, everyone.
It's nothing, but I'm just like, all right. Y'all have nothing to complain. Oh, it's too cold. It's frigid. And I'm like, yeah, no, you guys don't get it. You don't get it, especially if you're here in the western part of the country. I'm like, this is beach weather.
Yeah,
this is.
I remember one time in January of 2007, it was like 3 inches of rain, which is roughly.
They shut down the roads and the freeways. That happens here.
Yeah. So, and like I'm on like low ground, wearing flip flops, shorts, tank top, and I'm drinking an ice cold Sprite from Taco Bell. I'm like, I could go for a tasty burger, but all they have here is Taco Bell, so that sucks.
You didn't get the Baja Blast?
Baja Blast was relatively time.
We're still waiting on Mountain Dew to sponsor us for that Gamera reference.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was like rewatching one of our old videos, and it was like a random like old video. I was like looking for a specific one. It's like, oh, I want to listen to Steve and Jake talk for like a good hour while I like fold my laundry, and then it just so happens that the episode that I pulled up was the Gamera episode.
You watched
Gamera on Code Red.
You legitimately watched this show? Ew.
Yes.
No. Like, do you watch the show? I'm living the show, man. But sometimes when I'm done watching and my podcast and whatnot, I'm like, yeah, what did I do yet? Oh yeah, okay, I'll play that for background noise. But all right, okay. So the show. We're here for the show. The show.
Yeah. The show must go on.
Yeah. Although I'm hoping everyone enjoyed themselves at G-Fest over the weekend. I think I might go when we don't have anything planned here in the States or here in California. Because I'm like, Ultra 7 was there. What?
Mm-hmm.
I saw Jay on the video line. And I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? How is he there and I'm not there? I did see that sweet Mega Gearus outfit, though, that someone was rocking.
Oh, yeah, because at G-Fest, they have this, by the way, this year was my 50th anniversary. I first went in 2011. Can't believe it's been that long. And one of the guests there was the guy who played Kamen Rider Gao from the Den-O movie.
Oh, Gao. I remember. You know, it's funny is that I was like listening to Double Action Gao form earlier today. God damn it! It has such a great start to it.
Yeah. So, anyways, that Mega Gearus suit. There's these people that are officially part of G-Fest called Dojo Studios, and they make their own fan-made kaiju suits. So, and they do a great job too. Like they've got the Against Mechagodzilla, the Kiryu duology Millennium movies. They have a very, very good replica of that specific Godzilla suit in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was cool to see Ultra 7. The guy who actually played him, Koji Moritsugu, who played Moroboshi Dan. And, he had his own panel. It was cool to see him in person. He actually, when I got to meet him, he smiled and he said to me, "Oh, Kyojin," which for those of you who can't speak Japanese, that means giant. I am a big guy. So,
Kyojin, the Japanese name for Attack on Titan is Shingeki no Kyojin, so
yeah.
Some of us forgot about that.
So if the Ultras are giants, is that a compliment that I got that from Ultra 7? Can I be an Ultraman too?
I mean, just the fact that you got that reaction out of an Ultra.
Yeah.
That's something right there. Not many people can say that.
You should hear when I introduced Godzilla to my mother. That's not a joke.
No.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. Okay. I will see about heading to G-Fest whenever it happens, or even up to that one in San Francisco that they're starting up.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I have been gone, but I have been keeping up so far with this show. And we're making it very, very clear that we're at the end game.
I'm surprised how quickly we're moving through the end game, to be honest, because typically it's like, it took us 2 episodes to defeat Calamity. So, Catastrophe, my bad. So, it should take us 2 episodes to defeat Punish, 2 episodes to defeat Oblivion, and 2 episodes to defeat What's-Her-Face. But then, no, we defeat Punish in just 1 episode. I'm like, what?
Yeah, Catastrum's gone and Punish is gone, which, what the hell, especially how you hyped these things up. I was like, give me more than just an episode, honestly, especially
it was like, the same thing happened in Forza, where it's like, we've only defeated 2 or 3 of the Zodiarts by episode 32. So, yeah, starting with episode 35, we're just gonna defeat them sequentially in every 2 episodes. So it's episode 36, we defeat Capricorn. Episode 38, we defeat we defeat what's his name, Taurus. Episode 40, we defeat one of the other ones. I'm trying to remember which one it was. Episode 42, we defeat Virgo. Episode 44, we defeat what's her name, Gemini. Then 46, we defeat Pisces. And then And then like we saved the last two, Leo and Sagittarius, for like the very last episode. So it's like, damn. But yeah. But with that said, I'm surprised that Punish is defeated in episode 43 and not 44.
Well, Punish, I mean, honestly, the way he went out is exactly how it should have happened.
Yeah.
You know, especially with how, you know, like, oh, it wasn't Baku this time that did it. No. There's a little bit more deeper meaning here than just like, oh yeah, it all falls under Baku. It all falls under no. So let's see. Let's go with this episode. So people are dying in their sleep. It's just a thing that happens. People are dying in their sleep because the nightmares, especially Punish, is like using his wicked snakes and turning them all into stone pillars now. Which again, it kind of was a shock to me that the Gorb nightmares were actually what the agents have been using. You know, falling into that thing. I'm like, wait. So using the rider system, yeah, we're instead of using a system that is based off of, you know, combating the nightmares, we pretty much have like captured them and used them inside the technology. So technically what you have strapped on you is literally a time bomb. Mm-hmm. Because Punish came from Sheeg, Katastrum came from Baku, so on and so forth. That threw me for a loop. And so now I'm like, wait, so I know that Sheik has been kind of like you know, in and out this whole time, not really doing much. Especially since, like, yeah, this is your nightmare that's causing the problem, Sheik. Shouldn't you do something? But then again, look at who we're talking to.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of much is the guy that enjoys the fact that, you know, we spent all this time building this show and he would rather see it burn to the ground and fail. You know, he would rather see everyone suffer and just be like, oh, yeah, cool, you know. But is that really Sheik? Is that really him? Because one little girl says, you're full of shit. Because as everyone is dying around, she actually, Nem disappears and it's like, wait, hold on, time out. I gotta go. What? You gotta use the bathroom? No, I gotta go. And she goes visit Sheik, who is grilling fish. He's grilling fish.
There's our Kabuto reference.
What kind of fish? You can
let's hope it's mackerel.
You could take a wild guess. I mean, what's the most common? Well, I heard that the most common fish is like in Japan is actually perch. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I'm like grilled fish, okay. And she's just like, you do know that Punish is like causing all this bullcrap, and he is from you. You know, you got to stop him. And he's like, why would I do that? You know, I actually like the fact that he's doing all the work and I'm just here grilling my fish. I'm enjoying my time off. You know, I don't need to do anything. He's doing it for me. And she's just like, in the most TV PG-13 way possible, she literally calls Sheik a bitch. Mm-hmm. Why did Nem say this? It's because, you know, all the nightmares are based off of like people's fears or whatever. But is that really you, Sheik? You talk a big game, you act all crazy, but is that really you?
Yeah.
Is that legitimately you? Because I think you're full of it. I think you're afraid of what's going on. I think you're literally scared. That's why you're not doing anything. Yeah. You don't have.
And like he swings his sword at her, and she just catches it with her hands. Like, listen, I may not be a writer, but I have the conviction. You don't, and like you see her bleed.
You know, that honestly reminded me of I think it was the first or second episode of Gargoyles, where Goliath does the same thing. He just nonchalantly catches a knight's sword, and then his hand just starts bleeding.
Oh, it's really fun, that video from the Waffle House where like a guy just like throws an entire chair at like the woman at the counter. She just like grabs it with one hand and just carefully like places it like right side up.
Yeah, that's a sign of badassery, especially coming from Nem, that she's calling this guy who we have all claimed to be a psychopath a bitch to his face. And the thing is, it's a sword, but remember, Sheik's whole thing is razor blades.
Yeah.
This sword is literally a giant razor blade that she caught in her hand, and she's just like,
and she's squeezing the blade.
She held on,
gripping it.
She literally gripped the mother, and she's just like, "I'm not afraid, but you are," and just walks away. And she's just like, I can only imagine as she like walked through the portal again, she's like, "Ow, ow, 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 ow." The blooper reel. But I'm like, no, that actually kind of hits the Sheik right in the heart, which I'm like, he has one? All right. Well, you weren't Chalice, you were Giran and Blade, but all right, we'll go with that. As what's going on over here? Baku is actually fighting Punish, and Punish is like summoning all the snakes and whatnot and causing problems and so on and so forth. While Nem shows back up, still with a bleeding hand. That's a thing that I was seriously like, are they going to keep that? Like, is she just going to show back up and like her hand is not bleeding? No. They keep referencing that because her and Punish have this little conversation about how like humanity is just a lost cause. No news there. And that they deserve to be punished for everything they did. You're not speaking lies, Punish. You're not. And that, why bother even doing anything for them? They're just going to fuck it up all over again. I'm like, this guy is, I can't hate him. He's not lying. But seriously, what, where is he lying? And yet Nem is like, no, you're wrong. Are you sure, honey? I know you're losing a lot of blood. Are you sure you're not, you sure you don't need some orange juice and some Teddy Grahams or something? But she just says, you're wrong, Punish. They deserve to live and they deserve to, live their lives happily. And this is possibly, like, from what I understand, is like the nearest you're the bastard baby of a Japanese woman and a nightmare. Literally throws shade at Nem for her existence because apparently Punish doesn't see it as natural and decides to shoot her. Like, you dare talk to me that way, little girl? And we're like, oh man. Wait, does this count? Because we're in a dream. Will Nem just wake up? I mean, we all kind of realize everyone has like at least multiple lives in this show. And we're thinking Nem
takes the shot, and I'm actually kind of surprised that it was as like the blood.
Stop it. We thought,
like the blood, like the blood spell. It's like, oh wow, I would expect something from that out of Kuga.
We thought it was Baku who was gonna. I'm like, but wait, Baku's still a little bit far away. He's not gonna make it. I'm like, don't you have a capsule that speeds you up? Can't you do that? And it's like, no, she gets shoved. Yeah, literally, just be gone, child. And it's Tachibana Sensei. He literally got shot in the chest. He got blown through.
You missed my heart by a few inches.
You know what's funny? I was just like rewatching Dragon Ball, and just today I literally got to the episode where Mercenary Tao did that beam to kill Goku, and it's like Goku survived because he just so happens to have the 4-star Dragon Ball underneath his gi to block it, which is certainly less stupid than how Kirito survived Death Gun in real life.
The Dodon Ray.
Yes.
Yeah. I do remember that. Although
which again makes more sense than, oh yeah, I forgot to take off one of these electrodes and the syringe hit me exactly where the electrode was.
Yeah, that was like, you know, I was expecting maybe something like that, or maybe Nem, because we do realize that Nem can manipulate the dreams. I'm like, Nem, couldn't you have just, like, I don't know, maybe stopped the shot or something? I don't know. Mm-hmm. But the fact that this emo son of a bitch comes in and just takes the blow for her, and I'm like, okay, you can cue the Grinch references here. You know,
you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Well, actually, no. Actually, I got a better one, and this actually ties back to SAO. It's like when he got shot through the heart. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, no, it's like, and on this day, and the moment he knocked Nem off the direction of the beam, Sieg's heart grew 3 sizes that day, and then immediately shrunk 6, and with us turning into a black hole from which no love could ever escape. The end. Well, I'm sorry, bucko. Things don't work out that way.
Yeah, no, she definitely surprised me there by saving Nem, because it would have seemed that Nem, like, kind of pissed him off, and in any other situation, he would have just let her die. But in this case, he's like, no.
Yeah, it's like,
I am tired.
I was half expecting them to be like, it's like, Sieg, you saved me. Question, yes? Why didn't you die?
I didn't save you. You were in my way. Like, Sieg pretty much was like, I'm tired of listening to Paramore and AFI. I'm now switching to Gwar. Because he is just like, fuck this, I'm done. I want to kill something. And of course, Punish kind of gives him crap. It's like, what are you doing here? You pathetic little boy. When I found you, you were just a little boy with white hair. Is Sieg albino? Have we confirmed that? I don't think so.
Wait, a Japanese albino?
I mean, I know they're pretty porcelain as they are, but I mean, like, the fact that he had white hair even when he was a child. We see little child.
He's like Mao from Code Ment. He's a black albino.
Yeah. By the way, I did look it up because they did mention this in the announcement for Toei for Kamen Rider in the universe. Yeah. So Punish is voiced by Lelouch Lamperouche.
No way. I know it was Jun Fukuda.
Jun Fukuda. Or Jun Fukuyama. And yeah, because when I was like, I'm not a fan of Gias, both dub or sub, but I knew I recognized that voice somewhere. And I was like, you know what? It could have been the voice of Light Yagami they got for this, but instead they got Jun, which is still good.
No, you see, Light Yagami as Ultraman Zero.
Yes, yeah, that's true. He redeemed himself.
Jun Fukuyama, not only was he Lelouch, he was also Baron Nero in Tokuger.
Yes, he was. He was that. Let's see. So yeah, Lelouch Lamperouche is giving Sieg the business. And here's the thing, man. You don't shit on Tachibana Sensei. You don't shit on any of the Kamen Riders from Blade, because even though questionable writing, you are going to get your ass kicked. And so, cue the Mortal Kombat background, because that's where we have to fight.
Test your might. Test your might.
Before
Dun 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 Mortal Kombat.
And before we have the fight, because Baku and Nem just have to sit sidelines for this, they're like, Sheik, you go get him. And I'm like, he's not. He wouldn't. It's out of character if he does. No, he gave him the bird. He literally just gave him the head flick and just like stupid. And it's like, yeah, it's time to fight because apparently we do get a little bit of backstory here with Sieg about as a child, being brought up as a criminal and getting his first gun at 6 years old and whatnot. And that's why Punish, I guess, chose him to be the vessel for him. But now he kind of sees him as just like, I can't believe I wasted my time with you. You were so pathetic. You were so like, you know what, Punish? You didn't have to stick around with him. You could have just used him and leave, but no, you yourself are a glutton for punishment yourself, so shut up. No wonder you're Lelouch Lamperouche. You fucking suck. And of course, she not borrow. Borrow is such a nice word, and we don't want to use that in this situation. She pretty much takes Baku's Arise capsule and decides to go full on Dr. Inoue from Guilty Gear with his razor blade swords and just starts slashing the hell out of Punish. That he finally does a rider kick, and instead of a snake,
it's a dragon.
It's a dragon.
Well, what's weird is like he does like a sort of like a flip, and then like
no. He doesn't do just a flip.
He puts the captain in his chest. Oh, so he can. So that hole in his chest, not the one that he got from earlier, a part of his costume design. He can put capsums in there.
Yes, he can. So he does a spiral flip, not a regular flip, not a back flip or a front flip. He does a spiral flip into the air, and then the dragon comes from behind and it fire, and that's your Ryuki reference right there, which causes the death of Punish. There is a small side story here again with Nox and Fuji. And just
Fuji's like, Nox, you gotta be baby face. No, you gotta know. But the fans, they're tired of waiting. No,
we're not having the boy love scene here.
Yeah.
Oh God,
we're not doing that. And you're not pretty enough, Fuji. No, seriously, have you seen the guys that Nox has gotten with? I'm like, that's not my thing. But Nox, you got good tastes. Anyway. Why did he go back to that cabin, and why does he have medicine? It's like, wait, what? Well, that's what's stated. Nox has been looking after Nem and Nem's body, and since everything's now gone to shit, it's like, wait, but this is where Nem was. Where is she? We don't know until finally the battle is over and Baku's back in his room, where Fuji reveals that Nem is gone. Well, where is she? She's gone, Baku. Like the big gone. Wait. What? It's not outright said, but we do cut into a scene with the milk and the other gore nightmare that came from Nem. We see a silhouette of Nem, real Nem, and she just fades away. And this other nightmare is like laughing their ass off, and it's like, oh, now it's my time. And we end the show with our girl Nem in the dream world turning into the white dress that she's been known to be in. So is Nem dead officially now? Is she gone? Like,
or maybe she's like, or maybe her body's also inside the dream, like sort of like she like kind of like digitizing, but except inside a dream instead of a virtual world.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, dude, we can't. Well, no, obviously I was expecting someone to die, but I'm like, them. That's just too. That is just too. That is too obvious. It would have made more sense if it was like Nausicaa or even like Best Little Sis, but Nem.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm like, yeah, Oblivion is just laughing her little child laugh, and I'm like, okay, now what does this mean? Because isn't that the whole reason why you kept her around? Why Nem was kept around all this time was she was the key, and now she's gone? We'll have to wait till next week to find out. And let's see, and also, yeah, the voice of the Oblivion Gore Nightmare, which is the one that Nem created, that's Naruto.
Yep.
That's it's
no,
Naruto.
It's not. You mean Mokuba Kaiba?
Yeah. The bringer of the end of the world is the 7th Hokage. I was like, oh, it's not the 6th. I know that.
Oh my! I just realized we had both the Kaiba brothers in Kamen Rider because Kenjiro Tsuda, who voices Kaiba, was Redyu in Gaim, and now we've got his younger brother Mokuba as as the Oblivion Nightmare.
Which is funny because I would have thought that was what Catastrum, but Catastrum is not. Catastrum was voiced by Captain Jack Sparrow himself, the Japanese dub, or as you people would know him, the voice of Sanji from One Piece.
Oh, but, yeah, no. If that was Kenjiro Tsuda, I recognize Japanese Kaiba's voice anywhere.
Well, yeah, no, he's so obvious to figure out. There was a show that he was recently. Oh yeah, he's also in One Piece now. He's Shamrock, which is crazy because I'm like, really? You have to have a guardian beast of 3 on your team. Is that just a prerequisite of anything that you voice? Anyway. Yeah, that was Split. 43 of Zeztz. I don't know how to feel about this.
Very fan servicey, but also I feel like certain aspects were very rushed. I mean, I like the slowed down moments between Nem and Sieg, but I feel like it just happened too quickly. Like I wish it was like built up more in the past. Because yes, she was taunted a bunch of times by him, but I wish they had more scenes together where it's like you see the juxtaposition between her being powerless but takes responsibility for her actions, while him being powerful but choosing to claim no responsibility. Honestly, I feel like this should have been stretched out into a 2-parter where the episode ends with Sieg just having transformed, and then continue to the next episode where they start fighting, and then spend the entire episode with just Sieg versus Punish, and then Sieg unlocks a new form which refills the hole in his chest. Kind of makes it earn, because yes, he's got the extreme capsule on his chest. You'd think something would come of it, but not really. It's this would be an opportunity for him to get his own final form, not that he needs one. But yeah, and then it's like, oh, I am more than just my nightmare, and I could use the power to kill people for good instead of evil or self-service. You know, kind of like, oh, let's like, you know how it's like the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one, that sort of thing.
I would feel like it's unnecessary, just like I said a long time ago with like Grease and his upgrade. I'm like, you only use it for 2 episodes, and we're like on the last like 5. What was the point of even doing that? You know, especially since it's like they go by power levels, not by forms.
Yeah.
This is the same thing with Sheik. It's like, could he have had like an awakening Sheik form? Maybe the blades would have turned into something else, or he'd like go into a dragon motif. I'm like, no, I don't. While it does feel like it should have happened, I'm glad it didn't. Because I was like, I don't know how many episodes we have left, but just to introduce another form doesn't feel right. Especially with like third or like other characters that are not the primaries.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of like, you know, we hyped up the gore nightmares so much in the beginning that these were like, you know, it kind of feels like that way that when we introduced Vasta Lourdes back in Bleach, where like how the story was is that these are like the worst of the worst, that even a skilled even a skilled person would have a very hard time to deal with just one. And we've already annihilated a good portion of them in less than 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, these are supposed to be the 4 horsemen, the cataclysm that would end the world. And yet, you know, not for nothing, but I would imagine Baku, even at his final form, would still have a rough time taking at least some of them out. Punish, I mean, well, it was a Luch Lamprouche, so he went out the way he did. So. It's a 7 with me.
Yeah. For me, yeah, you go ahead.
I give it a 9. You know me, I love Zeztz, so I hope Myth is good too. Mice, whatever.
Me?
Yeah. Mice, yeah. For me, I had to give it an 8. The fan servicey moments are good, but I feel like the pacing, both as a standalone episode and as part of a larger arc, feels like it was a little rushed, and I feel like it should have been a 2-parter. And again, not because like of the tradition of like, oh yeah, when we fight off the last batch of villains, we're just gonna spend 2 episodes on each one of them, but also because it's like I want them to bask in the fact that like, yeah, this is Sieg's fight, this is his defining moment, and it could be his last.
It was a good one. I thought, oh, is he gonna die? No.
Yeah.
It could have happened, but no. Well, maybe that'll be saved later.
Yeah, but yeah, so I give it an 8. But I think if it was split into a 2-parter, like it could have done better. All right, is that everyone? Everyone got their final say on this episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the comments then. All righty, so here we are at the comment section, where our live viewers get to say their piece. At least Sieg is told Baku about the other nightmares, unlike Odaka.
Yeah. No, that's very true. That's very true.
New commenter, Clay Mester. Hello, how are you doing? Hello, Morphin Network. Hello, how are you doing?
How you doing?
Nice to meet you. Yes, wunderbar. Who is your favorite Kamen Rider? Mine is WG. I wonder who my favorite Kamen Rider is. You know, I wonder if there is yet another belt with the same Zector on there.
Yeah, it's not like I have an obvious hint on who my favorite rider is either.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I also have 2 shirts of the said writer, and one of them is an official Geets merchandise for Kabuto. But it's
yeah,
a lot.
mine and Mike's. We both have the same favorite writer. Definitely Kabuto.
Yeah. Oba-chan ga teta. Ten no
Ten no
michi.
Mitsui.
Subite wo tsukasuru
Subite
I don't know. You just tell me to show up on this show. I really don't have a favorite.
Really? Not even O's?
Shut up. No one needs to know that.
What's wrong with those?
I'm playing big.
Yeah, no, but hey, I'm gonna guess your favorite Kamen Rider. Ichigo Nigo V3 Rider Mom, X Amazon Strong Sky Rider, Super 1Z Cross Braku, Brakarex Shin, Sky. I did it better. Ichigo Nigo V3 Rider Mom, X Amazon Strong Sky Rider. Super 1G Cross Brak Brakaretsu Shin Zato and J Kuga Akito Ruki Vice Break Kibiki Gamma Deno Kiba Decade Double O's Force Wizard no Gaimu Drive Ghosto Exade Birdo Crono Gio
It's Zanget.
01 Saber Revise.
It's not a main rider. It's Zanget.
Gotchard, Gabu, and Zeztz. All right. If you could fight a Kamen Rider with a buddy, who will you fight? Oh, geez.
What?
Wait, is your question? Are you asking if we could choose one of our friends for the 2 of us to team up and fight against the Kamen Rider? Which rider would we fight? Okay, we need more information than this. Do we have rider belts ourselves? Do we have the powers of a Sentai, Ultraman, Metal Hero? Or are we both Kamen Riders?
Okay, so I'm gonna go with this. If you're asking which Kamen Rider can you defeat unmorphed, but you have to defeat them, I'm gonna go with Letter. Kamen Rider Letter is my pick. I'm going to defeat Kamen Rider Letter.
Well, if it's let's see, off the top of my head, I don't know. I feel like there's some other rider I might dislike more, but off the top of my head, unhenshined, dehenshined, yeah, I definitely beat up Natch Sparrow.
Yeah. See, and the thing is, it's not that I don't like Letter. I just don't care for her. The issue is, the question is, which rider can you definitely defeat? And I can definitely defeat Letter. Maybe I could defeat Kalo, but Natch Sparrow would definitely be more of a challenge. But if I had my own DGP gear, believe me, I would defeat Natch Sparrow because he may be smart, but he's also stupid.
You're a genius, you idiots!
Yeah. Oh, did anybody see Punish Their Dreams last night? Thankfully, no. 3 riders are teaming to stop Oblivion, and Lady will sacrifice herself to destroy the Phantom. Sieg will wake up from his premonition.
I swear to God, if that's how they end the show, it was just Sieg's premonition the whole time.
We have to restart the show all over again. Just because.
Can you imagine if everything except for the very last episode was some character's dream?
You know,
we're like episode 50 is literally episode 2.
You know, I was actually kind of afraid of that ever since it turned out the first half of the show was Baku's premonition. I thought to myself, that is going to piss off a lot of people if in the last episode turns out to be another premonition.
Oh, for me, I've been worried since episode 1 because I saw the final episode of Saint Elsewhere, and I'm like, please don't do Saint Elsewhere. If you know, you know.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. So you guys are visiting Tendo's restaurant? Yes. Because believe it or not, I can throw down. I actually have culinary expertise. I can make carbonara. I can make momoji. If you want to see some of the stuff that I can whip up, watch my reviews of Kamen Rider Gabu. Like, almost every episode, I have some kind of food being like showcased, and most of the time, it's food that I've made myself.
You know what needs to be a thing now? Tendo Soji and Gordon Ramsay having a cook-off.
Well, there was an episode of Kabuto where they basically do Iron Chef, but weirdly enough, Mark Dacascos wasn't in it.
And that was before Mark Dacascos became alternative. I mean, Ubulon.
Ha! Yeah, but it is after Mark Dacascos became the Crow.
And it was after Mark Dacascos was going to be the American Red One in Bioman.
Yeah, what if I told you John Wick doesn't just fight 2 crows, he fights 2 Eric Dravens. Eric Dravens, you say? Yeah, but only one of them will be truly acknowledged as the real Eric Draven. I'll let you guys figure out which one it is. It's kind of obvious. But that's it for the comments, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon. Stay notified for our latest videos. We discuss Kamen Rider Zeztz, Kamen Rider Kabuto. Yes, that's right. We're doing our favorite season. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do the 20th anniversary film because it won't come out on Blu-ray till February. But the good news is, if the next season we do is Agito, the Blu-ray for Agito will come out in time. But yes, we also have 2 episodes left of Super Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity, and the second episode of Ultraman Teo, both of which will be tomorrow. Can you even believe it? The second episode of one show and the second to last episode of the other show.
Interesting how that works.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And yes, check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we discuss movies, TV shows, video game news, vlogs, interviews, and all kinds of things. The movie. And if you want to say hi to us in person, guess what, guys? We will be at 2 conventions coming up. One is Power Morphicon, August 28th through the 30th at the Pasadena Convention Center. And the other will be at Burbank Marriott Convention Center on September 13th, which is Robo Toy Fest. It was originally supposed to be in June. Yeah, it was supposed to be in June, but it was moved. So here we are doing it in September. Much cooler weather, at least, it is what it is. We will announce guests for both of those conventions coming up. And yes, this guy was G-Fest.
I sure was.
Yes. Notice the green eyes that we are bearing. And no, we are not worms. But I know two.
My eyes are blue, though.
Yeah. Pain and panic. But yes. So we hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you again next time. Goodbye. Love you.
See ya.
Good night.